driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello, hello. All right, we're sharing. I have to apologize. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Suleiman, 550. Welcome. Good to have you. Looks like we got some Facebook joiners coming. Gary, good to see you. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I wasn't feeling very good. I was supposed to go to a birthday party today, and usually I can't go because of my anxiety. But my mom and grandkids and everybody's going to be there. I just don't want it. Even if it's not a cold, I don't want to take the chance. So, it is what it is. It's not much I can do about it except, drink water. So, hopefully I'm well by Tuesday so I can go back to work. I haven't had that problem in a long time. Probably a decent problem to have. When I initially get sick, I'm happy and joyful, but if I'm still sick tomorrow, I probably won't come on because I'm kind of a dick. Actually, I'm not a dick. I'm whiny, and all I want is my wife. So, in fact, I miss my wife already. So let's talk about intentions. Before I get started with that, I wanted to talk a little bit about. You see a lot of these videos where they're doing social experiments. I saw one where they did an experiment where they went up and just started picking on this guy. Or you see the experiment, well, you pay $5 for this box, or hey, can you help me buy this? Okay, you better be fucking careful, because I tell you now, you approach me and start making fun of me, you're gonna find a backlash. You let It is not okay for you to do that shit. Just to see how somebody will react. It's not funny. It's not cute. And your intentions suck. It's no good. It's no good. Okay? You best have the thought of that person in mind because you don't know what you're dealing with. You catch a guy on a wrong day, you pull out a gun and shoot you in the head. So, all right, we're going to do an intentions check-in. That's what we're doing. What are intentions? Intentions are essentially letting people know what you're up to, right? Intentions go along with accountability. Hi, Ingrid. It is good to see you. I may have to stop every now and again because I tell I'm losing my voice. So, all right. Why is it good to check in on your intentions? Do you check your intentions? See, when we're out there and we're doing what it is that we need to do, or we're helping other people, sometimes we can start to get caught up in our own stuff. Okay. Or maybe we're helping too many people. Sometimes we can overdo it. But we got to be careful, number one, with our intentions. Right? If our intention is to help somebody out with nothing in return, then obviously that is a good intention. But not all things work out that smoothly, do they? That's not how life is, right? Because sometimes the intention is to make money, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? But we're talking on like a spiritual, emotional basis here, right? Intentions on a physical basis are something a little different and stuff. I didn't have anything after that, so almost okay. And it is also good to let other people know our intentions. When whenever I am working with a new person, whenever I am speaking to somebody that I have not spoken to before, even if that has to do with business, I'm going to let them know my intentions. The reason I am writing you is because it da, 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 da. Ian, welcome on Instagram. It's good to have you. Sometimes you say their name and they go, "Oh, why? Maybe I shouldn't do that." I'm wondering now, because I said his name, did I make him feel uncomfortable? Well, no, I don't have that power, do I? See, see how we can work through these problems very quickly. The answer is usually stop playing God, right? Besides, what was my intention behind that, right? Here we go. So, right now, all I can really talk about is my intentions, right? Right now, my intention is to help um, Colorado heal. Colorado's been through a lot. Um, we've had a lot thrown at us. Colorado's kind of a weird state when it comes to treatment. We don't work like other states. We like to think that we are unique. And that doesn't come from the recovery people. That actually comes from the people above that. And those are changes that we're trying to make. But what is Trudging Together's intention? Well, Trudging Together's intention is to create safe spaces for people to come and talk about their feelings. That's what Trudging Together is all about. That was my original intention, was to come on here. It started with it was called the Daily Reflections, but I changed it to the Daily Trudge. That was Gary's. I give you some kudos there, Gary. That was Gary's idea, right? And that also kind of tells you, you can't do this stuff alone, and you'd rather not. Imagine being a podcaster, right, and being alone. It's funny because I said that and my count went from 2 to 0 immediately, right? But I know they're there. Why am I going through this again? Fuck that. I apologize. I will get past that someday. I think I need to talk to my therapist about it because there's something with my self-esteem that's going on there. So, safe spaces is our intention. And I love creating safe spaces. This is a safe space for me. Sometimes people come on, but maybe I don't know, right? But here it's my arena, so I can share as little or as much as I want. Right? I'll tell you guys everything that goes on in my life. You know, some things in my life are personal. Hey, so what is the intention of the Daily Trudge? The intention of the Daily Trudge is mostly just to get us thinking about life and what is going on around us. It's just, you know, getting tied into something maybe before you start your day, when I do them at an appropriate time and not 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 at night, right? But still, I still do it each day, right? So there's got to be consistency in your intentions too. And the other thing is when you're constantly thinking of your intentions and what it is that you're doing, then you are thinking of other people. You are accounting for the other people in your life. So intentions also creates space for other people, okay? Done correctly. I'm talking about having good intentions. I'm not talking about bad intentions right now because we know those. I don't need to cover bad intentions. You already know them. No point covering that. Okay? Sometimes we need to check in with God. God, Am I going the right route? I need a little bit of I need to know that I'm going on the right route. Okay. There's nothing wrong with asking God. Okay. But if you're going to ask God, then what I recommend is that you stay open minded because the answer may come from somewhere that you're not used to. Okay. A lot of times these things come to us in meditation. We were just talking about meditation, huh, Ingrid? Right? It's a little bit more difficult for me to meditate. I can't sit still for that long. My brain will not allow it yet. I used to be able to, but so we have to look for sometimes we have to do other things in order, right? And that's what's great. The program is, I don't know if the word's malleable where it can be moved around. Um Ingrid shared, and I really appreciate that, Ingrid. Um her sponsor, uh with the third step, told her, change it to suit you. And it's a fantastic prayer, Ingrid. And you told it was great. Um, Marshall, or whoops, I just blew anonymity. My friend, it's not, he don't care. Marshall had brought up pages. I think it was in the third step prayer. It was 62, but changing it from we to I, and it really worked. It was with the third step promises, and it worked very, very well. And what it did is it almost became an instruction. I kind of want to do it now because I talk a lot about the promises are instructions. What they do is they signify where you're at in the program. They are your answers sometimes. So when I'm saying when we talk to God, that's what we're doing. All right. Where is it? So on page 63 at the top, this is what he did. He said, "When I sincerely took such a position, all sorts of remarkable things followed. And if you do it this way, you can check in on yourself, right? And if these are following, then you know your intention is good. Why? Because you are in the sunlight of the spirit and you're asking God for the right direction. But this is a great way to figure out this is a great way to figure out, hey Jill, good to see you, honey. Um, this is a fantastic way to figure out if you're on the right path. Okay. I found this out today. I'm going to share it with you. So what we're doing is we're just replacing we with I, and I'm reading the third step promises. All right. Listen how this goes. It feels so much different. When I sincerely took such a position, all sorts of remarkable things followed. I had a new employer. Being powerful, he provided what I needed if I kept close to him and performed his work well. Pretty cool, huh? Established on such a footing, I became less and less interested in myself, in my little plans and designs. More and more, I became interested in seeing what I could contribute to life. As I felt new power flow in, as I enjoyed peace of mind, as I discovered I could face life successfully, as I became conscious of his presence, I began to lose my fear of today, tomorrow, or the hereafter. I was reborn. How does that change your intentions? Just by doing that. Doesn't it feel different? But I think claiming, even with other people, what our intentions are. Because sometimes we might like pop in on the scene, right? With me, I know that there's a lot of people out there doing the same thing that I am, right? I'm going to use Jamie Tall as an example. I talk to her quite often. Fantastic woman. I love what she does. She does recovery different from me, but her intentions are the same, right? Um, Another one, Amy, she comes on. Amy and Olivia at We Can Together. It's the same thing. We know each other's intentions. In fact, when that started, what we did is we wrote each other and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing. These are our intentions." And when people understand your intentions, then they can make a decision on whether they want to get on board with you or not. Uh, And no, not everybody's going to jump on board with your stuff, and that's okay because nothing happens in God's world by mistake, right? And if you live that kind of life, you're going to be a lot more open minded. Clinica New Life, welcome. Did it happen again? I announce them and they disappear. It was good that they stopped by. That's awesome. So sometimes, and I've been through this too. Sometimes we start to get caught up in what it is that we're doing. I got this going, I got that going, I got this going. And we forget, maybe sometimes weeks will go by before we check our intentions. And before we know it, we're playing the big shot. That happens with me. That that has happened with me. And it may happen again. You know, when things like that happen, I tend to hear from my friends though, right? That's okay. When a friend reaches out to me and says, "Hey, Dion, you're kind of being a big shot," you know what? I love it because they were thinking of me and I appreciate that. That means that they understand my intentions and that they understood them better than I did at that moment of my own intentions. So listen, if somebody says you're playing a big shot, don't take offense to it. Just listen. Just listen. I intend to help others that I intend to help others that to hurt others. I get what you're saying. I intend to help others that are hurting others. Yes. Yep. And that is kind of what we do. Hi, Jerry. Good to see you. Yeah, really, really isn't our intention when it comes down to it just helping other people? Isn't that really our intention? Isn't that what we're always trying to do? I mean, we're bombarded with, and if you're in the program, we need to hear these things over and over again. We have to, or we forget them, right? Like an intentions check in. When was the last time you checked your intentions? It's a great guide on where you're going, what you're doing, and letting other people know what you're doing so that they can either help you or go away. Uh, And I'm not meaning that bad, just everybody has their own path. And so, what would be the intention of my podcast? There again, that's a safe space. Okay. The intention there is to get the rawest, most thoughtful podcast that I can. That's what I'm going for. And I do work really hard at that. Okay. That means I get to know them a little bit. I want to talk to them on the phone, maybe have a conversation. Because see, once we start talking, and I will talk to this person, we've been yakking for 15 minutes, and I just turn around and say, "We just did part of the podcast right now." That's what it's like, you know. And I want them to feel safe because then we get a true story, right? And I don't hide it. I tell them I have a lot of empathy, and I'm going to pull stuff out of you, because the other intention of the podcast is learning. I'm going to learn. They are going to learn. I don't know everything. I bring people on so we can learn more. That's why I do it. So I can learn. What I'm doing is just bringing you into my world, right? Because it's safe. My world is safe. I have very strong boundaries. Okay? I don't get over emotional on stuff anymore. which honestly is a big fucking relief. It's nice even when crap is going on to be able to smile and laugh. You know, I feel guilty because I couldn't go to the birthday party, but if I allow that guilt to determine my day, that's not going to be much of a day. Right? So, what are our intentions? I think the preamble says it pretty good: to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve, right? Help others achieve. In other words, you can't do the work for them, right? Check your intentions as a sponsor. Check your intentions as a father. They're going to be different. Right? It's not hard to do. It really isn't. And you're going to find when you state your intentions, you're doing two other things. Number one, you're being accountable. All right. And you are also advocating. You're advocating. You're saying, thanks, Ekrit. I know what that's from too. Dion's World. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I don't know if I can do it, but I'll try. I do an impression of Elmo. Dion's World. That hurt. All right. I can do it better, I promise. But now my voice is, yeah, I think that's going to be about the end, folks. I gotta go give my voice a rest here. So thank you everybody for being here. Um, if I could time it right to have everybody on at the same time, you know, this group is getting bigger and bigger. Um, I've made some changes. My intentions changed, right? If you're adding to, go for it. I don't care who you are anymore. See, God's got me. God's got me. So I get to do what I want. That's going to make me cry. All right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.